Good afternoon. Today we're going to learn how to make a swarm bait hive out of pulpwood planter boxes. These are two 12-inch pulpwood planter boxes with the holes plugged up with a mixture of sawdust and wood glue. The next thing you'll need would be I'm using 5 medium frames. They'll fill the box up almost all the way. It does appear that these will hold deep frames, but you would probably only be able to get 3. I have successfully caught swarms with only 3 frames inside, but they tend to build cross comb because there's a lot of extra space. I'm always including one frame that has some sort of old comb on it, either a whole sheet of dry old brood comb, or like in this case, pieces of old dry brood comb. You don't want brood comb that's got a lot of pollen in it. It'll attract hive beetles very quickly. So you need 5 frames, 4 wood screws to hold the planter box together, an eye hook, just a small eye hook, a utility stapler, a cotton ball, lemongrass oil, and a length of drinking straw that we'll soak the cotton ball in to create our lemongrass oil lure to the swarm trap. And then lastly, I hang mine with a piece of wire. This is just aluminum wire that I already had. So to begin assembly, I take the 5 frames, put them together so they all line up. And then these are paint stir sticks that you can get at Home Depot. And I just use them to fasten the frames together so that the entire trap hangs by the eye hook on just the middle frame. So hold these together tightly at the top, and just put a shallow staple in each one. This part I'm going to cut off the extra because it is a touch too wide to fit inside the planter box without cutting a little bit of it off. So at this point we're held together, and when you find your balance point that holds the entire assembly level, I just mark that spot and put my eye hook in there. Wood's usually soft. You can start it with your fingers if it's small like this one is. And I just score the extra bit of these paint stir sticks and snap that off. So at this point, the wire will hold these up inside the planter box, and the entire planter box will be suspended from the wire on this one eye hook. So the second step is to orient the hole down, place the assembly inside one box, take the other box, line it up close, and almost forgot to go ahead and attach the wire to the eye hook. I just twist it a few times inside so that it doesn't come undone. Now I've got the wire attached to the eye hook inside. Pull the wire out, matched up the 2 planter boxes. So take one of our wood screws, the 4 wood screws, these short 1.5 inch or so wood screws, and use those to hold the 2 planter boxes in together. You may have to change how they're oriented. So as you can see, the wood screw is holding these two pieces together. This wood screw is holding these two pieces together. I'll do the same thing on the bottom. Just be gentle so you don't strip it out. So now, when you hang it from a tree limb, it hangs level. The 5 frames are roughly centered in the middle. Bees can come and go from here. And then our last step before we put it out is to bait it with a bit of lemongrass oil. The other thing I do before I set it out is I go ahead and lay a bead of caulk over the top to waterproof it so rain doesn't get in until I can collect it. So the last step is we take a bit of cotton, kind of fluff it out, take our drinking straw, just a cut piece of drinking straw, stuff it with cotton to where it's pretty full, like this, and then we'll soak it in lemongrass oil. Plastic drinking straw will help limit the amount of lemongrass oil that vaporizes at any one time and make the lure last a lot longer. So I just soak both ends with some lemongrass oil like this. And now the cotton has the lemongrass oil, and I just pop it inside like that. Hang it in a good location, usually somewhere shady that already has plenty of places that might be attractive to bees nearby. And I've been able to catch 2 swarms in this style and 2 other swarms in a traditional box with 8 regular frames. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you need further information, contact me.